What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We're starting off with our Goat FX contouring our first guideline to his head shape. He usually gets low fades, so we're making our guideline a little bit higher since he wants a mid fade. You always want to make sure you're stretching the skin with your opposite hand. The guideline near the C cup was dipping a little bit too much, so I grabbed my trimmers to raise it a little bit. Now that we're done creating our first guideline, we can move on to a full guard all the way open and debulk the top. Now that we're done debulking the top, we can move on to our foil shaver. But before we remove the stubble, we're going to use our shave stick so he doesn't bump up. Now we're going to switch over to our foil shaver and remove the stubble. Make sure you use your opposite hand to stretch the skin. Now that we're done creating our first guideline, we can move on to the no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Make sure you follow the same shape as your first guideline. Using your lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. After the half guard, I like to use the no guard all the way open just to detail. Now we're moving on to our two guard all the way open, creating our fourth guideline. This guideline is going to help us connect to the lower guards using the 1.5 guard. Now that the line is soft enough with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes after using the 1.5 guard, there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using your lever will help you remove that dark spot. Switching over to the 3 guard all the way open, this guard is going to help us blend into the bulk and the 4 guard on top. We're switching over to our previous guards, detailing and debulking. Detailing with the 1 guard all the way open is very critical to fading. Now that we're done with the sides, we can move on to the back guideline. We started off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. Then we're going to move on to the 1 guard all the way open. We are near the occipital bone, so we are going to make our guidelines a little bit thicker. Using your lever midway and all the way closed is going to help you erase that initial guideline. Now we're using the 1 guard and its lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now we're using the half guard to erase the line completely. Now we're switching over to our 2 guard all the way open, creating our 4th guideline. This guideline is going to help us get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now we're switching over to our 1.5 guard to erase the line completely. Now we're using our 3 guard all the way open to help us blend into the top bulk. We switched over to our 1 guard all the way open just so we could detail. Always make sure you add extra detail in the back area due to the occipital bone and high density of hair follicles. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, leave a comment down below if you made it this far into the video. I'll definitely reply. Moving on to the hairline, we're starting off in the middle and working our way to the right side. Also, when we start lining up his C-cup, we're going to start off at the bottom arch and work our way to the top arch, meeting them at the middle. Now we're connecting the left side to the right, slowly but surely making sure the hair feeds into the clipper. Now we're moving on to the Turkish razor and Derby Premium blades, and we're gonna make them as crispy as possible. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid taper on my uncle, so stay tuned. We're starting off at our back taper, balding him out with our Goat FX, contouring this guideline to his head shape. Now we're switching over to our Gamma Ergos, putting on a foreguard and debulking the top. We're keeping the top a little bit longer so his hairline is a little bit darker. If we knock it down too low, it was gonna lighten everything up. Now that we're done debulking and balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're using a little bit of a different method today. We're going to be stacking our guards. So I'm using my one guard all the way open and creating my third guideline right above the no guard all the way open. Having the lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way closed and midway, and he softened up the line, getting it ready for the half guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you watch to the end. Now that we've softened up the line with the one guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're going to create our 4th guideline, getting it ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can switch over to our 1.5 guard all the way open and erase the line completely. Now we're moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, and we're stacking right above the 2 guard all the way open. Now that we're done with the back, we can move on to the side. We're starting off with our Goat FX, creating our rainbow shape guideline and balding out about 1 inch of hair. When doing mid tapers, I don't like to make my guideline too high because I like to give myself enough room to blend. So I'm starting off with my no guard all the way open. We're going to slowly close the lever midway and all the way closed to blend this initial guideline. Now we're going right above the no guard all the way open with the 1 guard all the way open. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now we're using our half guard to erase the line completely. Switching over to our 2 guard all the way open, we're creating our 4th guideline right above the 1 guard all the way open. We're going to then use the lever to soften up this guideline and use the 1.5 guard to erase it. Remember, if you're not sure what length to cut, always start with the lever all the way open. Now I'm slowly switching back to my 1 guard, half guard, and no guard all the way open. that we're done with the side taper, we can move on to the neckline and use our gold FX to start off at the bottom and work our way to the top arch. Near this area, you want to be very careful not to nick them with your tip of the trimmer, because it is very sharp and their skin is very thin here. After we were done running the top one more time with the foreguard, we switched over to our gold FX and started lining him up. I usually start off at the middle and work my way to the sides. I feel like that's the best possible solution to hairlines like this, especially when they're very thin in the corners. But he's not that thin in the corners. As you can see, once we started getting to the sides, it got darker. We're gonna switch over to a 1.5 guard all the way open, aka 2 guard closed, and knock the beard down. I like to knock the beard down and line it up before I fade it up. I feel like that gives you a real visual of where the hair follicles are. Now I'm starting to blend with the no guard all the way open, slowly closing the lever all the way closed. Now we're switching over to our 1 guard and also the 1.5 guard after this. Now we're switching over to our Turkish razor and Derby premium blades, and we're gonna make him as crispy as possible. We're gonna do his beard, his mustache, eyebrows, and hairline. You always want to make sure you keep your blade at a certain angle. In barber school, they teach you 45-degree angle. Always make sure you keep that angle. Sometimes you have to tilt the blade at a certain angle just to get a certain hair. For the most part, it's always at that angle. Just make sure you stretch that skin, and there's a less chance of you cutting them. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, leave a comment if you made it this far into the video. Right here, I was going against the grain with my razor. Now I'm going either a C cup, and I'm just taking out all the stubble.